Good day, my cardiac radio spiritual friends. We are coming to you once more to offer the chapter readings from the book, The Way, the Truth, and the Life, written by the spiritual author Emmanuel and given to us through the mediumship of Francisco Candido Javier. Today's chapter reading is number 65, entitled To Ask. Matthew recorded this quote from Jesus in chapter 20, verse 22. But Jesus answered, "You do not know what you are asking." And Emmanuel writes, most believers go to houses of prayer to ask for something. Few go there as genuine children of God who are interested in His sublime will with regard to growing in knowledge, renewing of their inner qualities, and making spiritual use of opportunities received from on high. Actually, people should see places of worship as being the sacred spot of the Almighty, where they should learn fraternity, love, and cooperation according to His divine plan. However, most stubbornly insist on imposing themselves on God's paternal kindness in the attempt to bribe His infinite power. They are inveterate beggars who, due to their extreme rebelliousness in their relationship with the Father, most often forsake the moral course laid out for their lives. They complain so much they are finally granted what they want. Then disaster strikes, suffering results. Next comes weariness, which is always the child of the incomprehension of our duties. We ask for certain benefits along the way, and like the prodigal son, we rush to ask the Father for our inheritance ahead of time. However, disenchantment results from the poison of imprudence and irresponsibility. Weariness is always the bitter fruit for those in a hurry to receive legacies that are unsuitable to them. Therefore, let us be careful about what we ask for, because above all, we should ask to understand Jesus' will for us. Emmanuel, in his wonderful writings to us, once again lays out this unnecessary petition that many of us now or in the past have asked of God. Instead of asking the question, what does Jesus desire from us? This passage is very, very remarkable in that it stimulates a memory of a presidential speech. John F. Kennedy's inaugural speech back in January of 1961 contained some wonderful messages, and probably the one that's the most popular, if not number one, maybe number two or number three, is a quote and a question that he asked the American public. And that question was formulated such that he said, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. And this is at the key of what, or central to this particular passage from Emmanuel. What can we do for Christ, not what Christ can do for us? As he points out to us, when we continually pester Christ, eventually he gives in, knowing full well that the desire that he fulfills for us is one that's going to teach us a lesson. Are we ready to learn that lesson? One would hope so. But as he said, we need to concentrate on the quality, the growing, the studying of our knowledge, as he calls it, the growing of our knowledge, which is studying, the renewing of those inner qualities, again, working on ourselves, and then using the opportunities we receive from on high. And these are the signposts along that beautiful road that we follow in life. And if we follow those signposts, then we're going to practice the good. But what he's saying here in this message is that we're going to run into these potholes on our highway of life because we are not concentrating on what Christ wants us to do. And we're given these potholes because what does it do? It shakes us up for one, and it could damage our car and put us out of commission for a while. And if anything is going to get your attention, it is when you hit a pothole on that highway of life. You are ready to re-examine things, or at least you should be. And of course, COVID-19 is one of those enormous potholes in our life. So we need to use this wonderful lesson, again, to not succumb to the weariness of going after these unnecessary things that we somehow think are necessary for our lives. And we need to develop the mentality to study more, work on ourselves more, and practice those opportunities that are given to us each and every day to practice the good, God's good. And when we feel down, we start to regret what's going on, get a little depressed or weary, as he said. Look at nature. God gave us nature to reinforce us, to refuel us in this battle that we continually go through each and every day. And if we don't look at it as a battle, we look at it as a way of taking a beautiful ride on this highway, fueled by nature. We will complete that journey in a very, very beautiful way. Good day to you, my friends, and may you continue to have Jesus' protection and guidance throughout the rest of your day.